Welcome to Wings of Fire Dreams. Today we are on the day 7 of TNPSC preparation. We will see the topic lawmaking process. The contents are taken from 12th standard book. The lawmaking process. The lawmaking process in Indian Parliament stands evident for its democratic credentials. In the lawmaking process, the role of opposition parties become much more important to reflect upon the relevance of the bill and its context so as to streamline the democratic governance. The law is a guiding force to regulate the society, politics, and economy for the welfare of the state and people. The law is primarily introduced in the Parliament in the form of bill as proposed legislation for consideration of the legislature. The law will be taken through thorough decision in the Parliament to have an understanding within the framework of the Constitution. The bill will become law once the legislature passed it and approved by the President. The law becomes an act only after getting consent from the President of India. The primary function of the Parliament is to make fresh laws and bring changes in the existing laws in accordance with constitutional procedures. The Parliament of India passes two types of bills, such as money bill and a non-money bill. There are several procedures to pass through different stages before becoming an act. The procedures prescribed in the Constitution for passing the bills are of two different categories. These are as follows. An ordinary bill under consideration has to go through following stages and has to pass through both houses with discussion, suggestions, and approval. An ordinary bill may be introduced in either house of the parliament. The first stage of the bill relates to the introduction of the bill in either house as reading of the bill. Most of the bills are introduced by ministers concerned. The bill is drafted by the technical experts in that particular field and then Council of Ministers will approve the bill. The ordinary member of parliament can also introduce a bill which is called as private member bill. For the introduction of the bill, it should be formed to the Speaker of Lok Sabha or Chairman of Rajya Sabha 1 month in advance. Then the date of introduction for the private member bill will be fixed and allowed to move the bill in the floor of the House. Generally, there will be no discussion on the proposed bill at this reading stage, which is only a formal affair. After the introduction of the bill, it will be published in Gazette of India. The Speaker of the Chairman may allow some bills to be published in the Gazette even before the first reading. In that case, no motion for leave to introduce bill is necessary. The second reading of the bill usually takes place after an interval of 2 days after the first reading. At this stage, any of the four courses are adopted. The, the bill may be taken for consideration by the House at once. It may be sent to a select committee of the House. It may be sent to a joint select committee of the two houses, or it may be circulated for eliciting public opinion. Very rare bills are taken up for consideration straight away. When the bill is adopted for circulation, the Secretariat of the House concerned requests the state government to publish the bill in state gazettes, inviting opinions from local bodies and recognized associations. Such opinions are circulated among the members of the House. Committee stage. If the bill is referred to a select committee, the mover selects the members of the committee. The Speaker or the Chairman of the House appoints one member of the committee and the Chairman of the committee. The committee will study of the bill and report back to the House. Report stage. The report stage is the most important stage where a bill is debated clause by clause. In this stage, the report is circulated along with the original bill and the report of the select committee. The report stage is for giving final shape to the bill. Then, the bill will be submitted for the third reading, in which the bill is to be passed with majority of votes. The third reading is for formal approval by the Parliament. After the bill is adopted by the third reading in either of the house, it is transmitted to the other house where it goes through all the stages. The other house may accept the bill as it is. After coming across all the stages, it is sent to the President's assent. Once passed in its originating house, it may also be rejected in the other house. Otherwise, it may introduce amendments not acceptable to the original house or may not return the bill within 6 months. In such a case, a constitutional deadlock develops between the two houses. The President may call for a joint session of the two houses to resolve the deadlock. The Speaker, or in his absence, the Deputy Speaker, presides over such joint sessions. The deadlock is dissolved by majority vote. Finally, the bill is passed by both the houses and goes to the President for his assent. If the President assents to the bill, it becomes a law. But the President may return the bill for reconsideration. If the bill is sent back to the President with or without amendments, the President cannot withhold his assent. Such a complicated and time consuming procedure is adopted to prevent hasty legislation. Private member bills. If any member other than a minister introduces a bill, it is called a private member bill. The bill can be introduced by both ruling and opposition party MPs. Private member bill is a bill proposed by a member who is not a member of the cabinet and executive. The session for private member bill is held at alternative Fridays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. This bill needs a month of notice. This has no impact on the health of the government when the private member bill gets rejected. Till date, the Parliament has passed 14 private member bills. The last one was passed on 1970. Most of the bill passed by the private member is not even read or discussed and dismissed. Private member bills are accepted even those are constitutional amendment bills, but not those are money bills. Let us see some private members bills passed by Parliament. The first one was Muslim Wax Bill 1952, and it was um, came into effect through the MP Syed Muhammad Ahmad Kazmi, and it was proposed from the House Lok Sabha. Date of assent 21/5/1954. The second bill was Indian Registration Bill 1955 by MP S.C. Samantha, and we will see the list of bills here. Parliament Proceedings Bill 1956, submitted by Feroz Gandhi. Code of Criminal Procedures Bill 1953, submitted by Raghunath Singh. Women's and Children's Institution Bill 1954, submitted by Kamledu Matisha. Code of Criminal Procedure Bill 1964, Subhatra Joshi. The Salary and Allowances of Members of Parliament Bill 1957, Raghunath Singh. The Hindu Marriage Bill 1968, Diwan Chand Sharma. The Supreme Court Bill 1968, Anand Narayan Mullah. The Ancient and Historical Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Bill 1954 by Dr. Raghunesh Singh. The Hindu Marriage Bill 1956, Dr. Sita Paramanand. The Orphanages and Other Charitable Homes Bill 1960 by Kailash Bihari Lal. The Marine Insurance Bill 1960 by MP Bhargava. The Indian Penal Code Bill 1963, Diwan Chaman Lal. So the last five are submitted from Rajya Sabha House. From the 16th Lok Sabha till now, 206 private members' bills have been introduced. Only 6 have been discussed. The Rights of Transgender Persons Bill 2014. In Lok Sabha, the last 2.5 hours of a sitting on every day, and in Rajya Sabha, 2.5 hours from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. on every alternate Friday are allotted for transaction of private members' business, private members' bill, and private members' resolutions. The last time a private members' bill was passed by both the houses was in 1970. Till now, only 14 private members' bills has been passed by the Parliament. The Rights of Transgender Persons Bill 2014 is a private member bill introduced by Tiruchi Shiva, MP of Tamil Nadu, which seeks to end the discrimination faced by transgender people in India. The bill was passed by the upper house Rajya Sabha on 24th April 2015. It was introduced in the lower house Lok Sabha on 26th February 2016. The bill is considered historic as being the first private member's bill to be passed by any house in 36 years and by Rajya Sabha in 45 years. Ordinary bill and the money bill, we will see the differences. It can be introduced either in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha, not in the Rajya Sabha. Ordinary bill can be introduced either by a minister or a private member bill. It Money bill can be introduced only by a minister. Ordinary bill is introduced without the recommendation of the President. Money bill can be introduced only on the recommendation of the President. Ordinary bill can be amended or rejected by Rajya Sabha. Money bill cannot be amended or rejected by Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha should return the bill with or without recommendations, which may be accepted or rejected by the Lok Sabha. Ordinary bill can be detained by the Rajya Sabha for a maximum period of 6 months of the Speaker when they transmitted to the Rajya Sabha. Money bill requires the certification of the Speaker when transmitted to Rajya Sabha. Ordinary bill is sent for President's assent only after being approved by both the houses. In case of deadlock due to disagreement between the two houses, a joint sitting of both the houses can be summoned by the President to resolve the deadlock. Its defeat in the Lok Sabha may lead to the resignation of the government. It is sent for the President assent even if it is approved by only Lok Sabha. There is no chance of any disagreement between the two houses, and hence there is no provision of joint sitting of both the houses in this regard. It can be rejected or approved or returned for reconsideration of the President. Money bill can be rejected or approved but cannot be returned for reconsideration by the President. Let us see the list of powers that are vested within Union, State, and concurrent list. On the Union list, we have defense, atomic energy, foreign affairs, war and peace, banking, railways, post and telegraph, airways, ports, foreign trade, currency, and coinage. On the state list of powers, agriculture, police, prison, local government, public health, land, liquor, trade and commerce, livestock and animal husbandry, state public services. On the concurrent list, we have education, transfer of property other than agricultural land, forest, trade unions, adulteration and adoption and succession. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and kindly share it with your friends. Welcome to Wings of Fire Dreams. Today we are on the day 7 of TNP.